After helping with the morning dishes, Myrtle Farrell is back at her sewing machine.
I had to have them pressed this way.
After all, it's just another work day.
Because if I was sewing from this end, then I'd be running into these seams, you see.
At the age of 106, Myrtle may be the oldest businesswoman in North Dakota.
Well, I kind of stick to 4.5-inch size.
Sewing quilts, selling them, still. Detailed, intricate work.
A quilt for a girl, for a baby girl.
Myrtle married during the Depression.
That's when I got married. Couldn't afford a fancy dress either. So we just packed in what we had.
Lived in Cass County her whole life. She even remembers Civil War veterans in town. Teddy Roosevelt was president when she was born.
This is for a crib size, for a baby's crib here.
So did you cut all the squares for this too?
Yeah.
And since she was too young to move into a nursing home, she recently moved in with her longtime neighbors, where every day she cuts, stitches, and makes baby quilts for hundreds.
I think it's her lifestyle. She grew up on a small farm. Her parents rented and worked hard for a living, and it's important for her to be productive.
She's a capitalist through and through. When she heard a reporter was coming to do a story on her today,
she told me this morning, well, if he wants a quilt, he's going to have to buy it because I'm not giving him one.
She's made 300 quilts the last 3 years alone, all tagged with her name. Her mind is sharp, hands worn from work, but the quilt making goes on. She has more to do before turning 107 later this year.
She likes to be busy.
From Mapleton, Kevin Wallivan, WDAY 6 News.
Where did April Fool's Day come from? Well, the origins are unclear, but one theory ties the unofficial holiday to a shifting calendar. In ancient cultures, New Year's Day was celebrated on April 1st, but in 1582, Pope Gregory XIII moved the holiday to January 1st. Not everybody got the message. Those that continued to celebrate on April 1st were called April Fools. Funny, right? Much of Britain didn't adopt the new calendar until 1752, but they were celebrating April Fool's Day long before that. In Scotland, it's a 2-day affair. If you've ever had a kick me sign taped to your back, you might blame the Scots. April Fool's Day has also been linked to the vernal equinox and the start of spring. That's when the ancient Romans had their hilarious festival of Hilaria, Hindus have Holi, and Purim is celebrated in Judaism. Some of the biggest April Fool's Day pranks are courtesy of corporations and the media. In 1940, a press release from the Franklin Institute, a science museum in Philadelphia, declared the world would end the following day. They were seeking publicity for a lecture series, and a local radio station reported on it. In 1957, the BBC falsely reported a bumper crop of spaghetti trees in Switzerland.
Another reason why this may be a bumper year lies in the virtual disappearance of the spaghetti wheel.
And in 1998, Burger King announced the left-handed Whopper, specifically designed for the 32 million left-handed Americans, including myself. Interestingly, Orson Welles' famous War of the Worlds broadcast, which induced panic in radio audiences who thought Martians were really invading Earth, was on April Fool's Day.
7,000 men armed with rifles and machine guns pitted against a single fighting machine of the invaders from Mars.
April Fool's, it was in October 1938.